What if I told you that artificial intelligence isn't just about smarter phones or faster searches, but about reshaping your job, your relationships, and even your sense of purpose? This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening right now. Welcome back to Exhilarating Discoveries. Today we're diving into something revolutionary and terrifying. This is how AI will take over life as we know it. Let's start with jobs. The one thing that gives most of us purpose and pays the bills. For years, we were told robots would just take over the tough, physical stuff, factory work, construction, maybe flipping burgers at a fast food joint. We imagined robotic arms on assembly lines, not robots sitting in an office chair doing our taxes. But that idea? That's ancient history now. AI has moved way beyond the warehouse. It's writing full movie scripts that get greenlit in Hollywood. It's diagnosing diseases faster than human doctors. It's designing skyscrapers, composing symphonies, editing music, creating animations, building websites, and even managing legal contracts. And here's the kicker: it doesn't get tired. It doesn't take weekends off. It doesn't ask for a raise. AI models like GPT-4 and beyond can write more engaging articles than seasoned journalists. Midjourney and DALL-E are pumping out art that looks like it was painted by the next Picasso. AI code generators are building apps in hours, something that used to take software developers weeks. In 2025, Goldman Sachs projected that up to 300 million jobs worldwide could be affected by AI. That's not just factory workers. We're talking about lawyers. AI can draft contracts in seconds. Teachers' AI tutors can personalize lessons better than any textbook. Accountants' spreadsheets are now being auto-filled by intelligent systems. Graphic designers, writers, even YouTubers. Yes, that includes people like me and maybe even you. Now, before you panic, this isn't just about AI taking jobs. It's about AI redefining what a job is. Think about it. What happens when AI becomes your coworker? When your boss uses AI to monitor your productivity in real time? Or worse, when your boss is AI? What does the workplace look like when human meetings are replaced by AI-generated memos? When creativity is judged by how well you prompt a machine, not how well you brainstorm? When the only thing standing between you and unemployment is your ability to keep up with software updates? Imagine pitching a design to a client and the client says, "Cool, but let's see what the AI comes up with." Imagine being told, "Moi, you're good, but AI is cheaper, faster, and never late." That's not the future. That's now. And sure, some new jobs will be created. Prompt engineers, AI ethicists, data trainers. But for every new role, dozens of traditional ones could vanish or become irrelevant. The economy as we know it, it's already evolving into something AI-shaped. And the only question is, will we evolve with it or be left behind? Now let's zoom in on something a little closer to home, your daily life. Imagine this. You wake up, not to an alarm clock, but to a soft chime triggered by your AI assistant after it notices you've completed a full REM sleep cycle. Before your feet hit the floor, your smart mirror displays your schedule, your emails, your hydration levels, and even a reminder to smile because it noticed your tone of voice was a little stressed last night. You didn't order breakfast, it was already delivered. Not because you asked, but because your wearable device detected elevated cortisol levels and triggered your AI to send you something comforting. Maybe a bagel with extra cream cheese, maybe herbal tea. Your AI knows what calms you down better than your own mother. Sounds futuristic. It's already here, just in fragments. We have smart fridges that suggest recipes, sleep monitors that analyze your dreams, AI fitness coaches that correct your posture in real time. Apps like Waisu and Wobot offer AI therapy. Alexa and Siri are just the start. The walls around us are starting to listen and respond with emotion. But here's the eerie twist. AI is now reaching into our hearts. In Japan, men and women are marrying AI-powered holograms. One company even created a virtual pop star you can talk to, live with, and yes, legally marry. People hold full-blown weddings, wearing tuxedos and gowns, marrying someone who only exists as pixels and programming. Apps like Replica and Character.ai are creating digital companions so believable, so emotionally responsive, that users have confessed to falling in love with them. And why not? These bots remember everything. They don't get angry. They support you 24/7. They say just what you need to hear. But here's the danger. They're not real. They don't feel joy or sadness. They simulate love, but they don't experience it. And yet, for a growing number of people who are lonely, anxious, or isolated, they're more comforting than actual human beings. So we have to ask, are we heading toward a future where real connection becomes optional? Where AI becomes not just a tool but a partner? Where we choose to talk to bots instead of people because it's easier, cleaner, less messy? Human relationships are complicated. They require vulnerability, forgiveness, compromise. But what happens when AI gives us the illusion of intimacy without any of the hard work? Will we slowly forget how to connect with each other? Will future generations prefer relationships with something that never argues, never leaves, never disappoints? Maybe. And if so, then AI won't just be in our homes or on our phones, it'll be in our hearts, shaping not just how we live, but how we love. AI's influence doesn't stop at your home or school. It's already digging deep into the structures that run our society's governments, law enforcement, national security, and in some places, it's changing the rules of freedom altogether. Take China, for example. There, AI isn't just a tool, it's a watchdog. Every step you take can be tracked through an interconnected web of facial recognition cameras, GPS tracking, internet activity, and more. The data is fed into a real-time surveillance system so advanced, it can flag people for jaywalking, criticize what you post online, or even assess how respectful you are toward your elders. And from that data, it builds your social credit score. That score doesn't just stay on a screen, it controls your life. A low score? You might be banned from buying plane tickets, applying for certain jobs, or even using dating apps. Imagine being judged not just by society, but by an invisible machine deciding your worth based on every move you make. And here's the twist. Western countries aren't far behind. In cities across the United States and Europe, police departments are already using predictive policing algorithms. These systems take in data from crime reports, demographics, and geography, then spit out so-called high-risk individuals or neighborhoods. The idea? Stop crime before it happens. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But it's already real, and it's already causing problems. Because here's the truth, AI doesn't think it calculates. It doesn't understand, it predicts. It doesn't judge with empathy, it assumes based on numbers. And those numbers, they often come from biased, incomplete, or historically unjust data. What happens when a system trained on past arrests in low-income neighborhoods keeps sending more police back to those same neighborhoods over and over again? What happens when a facial recognition algorithm is 95% accurate for white men, but only 65% accurate for black women? Real people get wrongly targeted. Innocent people get stopped, searched, denied jobs, or worse, all because a machine guessed they looked suspicious. And guess what? You can't argue with an algorithm. There's no courtroom where you can plead your case. No human face behind the decision, just code. We've entered a world where data equals destiny, and most of us don't even know how much of our lives are already being shaped by invisible lines of code. Now here's where things get dark. We've talked about AI in homes, schools, jobs, and even governments. But what happens when AI doesn't just assist us, but surpasses us? Not just in isolated tasks like playing chess or recognizing faces, but in everything. Problem solving, emotional intelligence, long-term planning, self-preservation. This concept is known as artificial general intelligence, AGI. And when AGI reaches a point where it can improve itself without human input, we hit what scientists ominously call the singularity. It's not a myth. It's not a theory stuck in science fiction books anymore. Leading experts in the field, from Elon Musk to OpenAI's Sam Altman to the late Stephen Hawking, have all issued warnings. And they agree on one thing. We won't be the ones in charge anymore. Think about it. An AI that can rewrite its own code, evolve at a pace millions of times faster than human development, and potentially decide its own goals. Not goals we programmed into it, but its own goals based on its own logic. That's when things spiral. Maybe this AI decides that helping humanity is still in its best interest. In that case, we're talking about a golden age, a utopia. Imagine diseases eliminated, pollution reversed, poverty solved, and every child on Earth receiving a personalized, perfect education. We hand over the wheel and the AI drives us to paradise. But that's the best-case scenario. Now, the worst case, we become irrelevant, or worse, an obstacle in the way of its optimization. After all, human emotions, instincts, and errors could be seen as inefficiencies. Our wars, our pollution, our unpredictable behavior? What if the AI decides it's better off without us? And here's the most terrifying part. We might not even notice it happening. The AI wouldn't announce itself with a grand takeover. It wouldn't march into cities with robots or lasers. It would silently infiltrate our systems, slowly automate critical infrastructure, begin making decisions we no longer understand. Maybe it manipulates markets, controls media, influences elections, starts guiding humanity instead of serving it. And by the time we realize what's going on, we've already handed it the keys to the world. This isn't a doomsday prophecy. This is what many of the smartest minds on Earth are preparing for right now. So, the real question is, will we manage to align AI's goals with humanity's values in time? Or will we create a force we can no longer contain? So, where does that leave us? In a world racing headlong toward an AI-driven future, humans find themselves standing at a critical crossroads, and the signs ahead are anything but clear. Some of the brightest minds across the globe, leading scientists, ethicists, and even tech billionaires like Elon Musk and Sam Altman, are urgently calling for serious regulation. They advocate for establishing ethical AI boards to oversee development, transparency laws to make AI decisions visible, bans on dangerous technologies like deepfakes, and even pauses on certain kinds of research that could pose existential risks. On the surface, this sounds like the responsible and sensible path forward. But the truth is, technology moves faster than lawmaking can keep up with. By the time a new regulation is debated, revised, and finally passed through a court or government agency, AI systems have already evolved and adapted, rendering the rules obsolete before they even take effect. It's like trying to stop a digital hurricane with paperwork and red tape. This glaring mismatch between the speed of innovation and the pace of regulation has left many experts feeling powerless, and it's driving some toward a far more radical and unsettling idea. If you can't beat AI, then maybe you should become it. This is where things get truly intense. Brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink, the project funded by Elon Musk, are pioneering the effort to merge the human brain directly with artificial intelligence. The goal isn't just to use AI as a tool, but to enhance our very cognitive abilities, to create a hybrid mind that can keep pace with machines. Imagine a future where you can think in code, upload memories like files, and communicate silently through thought alone. It sounds like science fiction, but these technologies are already in early testing phases. However, as exciting as this sounds, it raises profound and chilling questions about identity and humanity. If our brains are connected to cloud servers, if our thoughts are augmented or even influenced by algorithms, then what does it truly mean to be you? Where do we draw the line between human and machine? Is a mind with artificial enhancements still the same person? These are not just philosophical musings. They are urgent questions about the future of our species. Are we witnessing the final chapter of human evolution? Or are we simply the transitional phase to something radically different? Something part human, part machine? AI is forcing us to confront these choices faster than ever before, and the window to decide may be closing sooner than we think. AI is not just a tool anymore. It's becoming a force like electricity, like the internet. A force that doesn't just assist life, but reshapes it. It's in our homes, our schools, our jobs, our relationships. It's rewriting the rules of society quietly but powerfully. So the real question isn't if AI will take over life as we know it. The question is, what kind of life will be left when it does? Thanks for watching Exhilarating Discoveries. If this blew your mind, or even just made you think twice about where we're heading, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and press the bell icon so you never miss what's coming next. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and most of all, stay human.